I went out to the store the other day thinking about bulbs. And of course, we stopped at the thrift store. I'm always looking for containers and pots. And guess what I found? Bulbs. $1.99, 12 mixed crocuses. $1.99, 12 more. And I looked for some kind of date on them to see if they were expired or not. These feel like fairly large. These are daffodils. $1.99 for a dozen. I think those are really pretty. And another 12, Sempre Avanti. Another 12. And then the last one is 35 Iris. And if I'm not mistaken, these are those tiny iris that I like a lot. So I am going to, there's supposed to be a 60-degree day later on. I'm going to plant these and hope that I can get some kind of a good reaction from them. I only spent $10, and if I have success, won't that be pretty next spring? I will join you again when I'm ready to get out there and plant. Now it's cold outside, so in the garage here, I've got a couple of pots ready to plant some of these bulbs over here. I'm not sure which ones I'm gonna plant and the ones that I'm going to save for maybe forcing. I understand that you can force some of the bulbs, so I'm gonna try that. Now let me get the bulbs. Now the daffodils I think would be really pretty in those taller pots right here. And I looked up the daffodils based on that name there, Martinette, and I understand that the Martinette is an early to mid-spring bloomer. They get 14 to 16 inches tall, and you plant them 4 to 6 inches deep. So that it'd be 12 in that one and 12 in that pot. One in each of those large pots. I think that would be pretty. And then here in the cement bowl, I think I want to plant the crocus. No, maybe crocus and iris. Now, I'm not sure, it does not identify these iris, but I think they are the small iris. The dwarf reticulata, I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna kind of wing it and try these. Now, if the crocus bloom in early spring, I might be able to put a few of the crocus in with the daffodils and see what I can do there. But that's what I'm gonna do. So let me get that started. Let's do that. Let's get the soil in both of those, and then the soil in that one, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, I'll see if I can do this without spilling it all over creation. Let me mush it down a little bit. Put a little more in Now, I think these over here, let me get it just a little bit cooler. It's not too horribly cold out here right now, but it's chilly enough that I don't want to be outside. All right, let's check that. All right. Now, I've got it about that far from the top to squish the bulb down into, and the same for that one. And then this one, I've left a lot of the rim up. So let me get the bulbs in. I think I'm going to do the iris. Yeah, I'm going to do the iris. It says 35. I may mix a little bit in with the other one. I may have a bit of a mess to clean up in a bit, but we'll manage. Now, okay, here's the bulbs. I couldn't find any stamping date or date when these were done. Nothing typed anywhere tells me. And from what I can understand, when it's a little bulb shaped like this on the iris, then that makes it a reticulata. It's not a rhizome at this stage. So that's what I'm going to assume it is, the reticulata. So I'm just going to take this and put them in there like that, pointy side up, just all over the place. Pointy side up. And it'll either work or it won't. And as I showed you, I got these at the thrift store for only $2. So I'm only out the labor if it doesn't work. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of a cold, I think. Okay. That one feels real squishy. He's real hard, but he has a caved in thing. Oh well, we'll see what happens. I'm not showing a very good view of this because I'm keeping looking at my hands instead of looking through the camera lens. Okay. I think I got them all standing on the right edge. They look good. I think that looks pretty decent. Okay, now I'm just going to cover them up. They're supposed to be 3 or 4 inches in. So that's what we're going to do. We'll just pour the swirl in and bury them. Oops. Yep, I buried them all right. Okay. Going to kind of pack them down like that. Just got a little bit more on there. And for just this occasion, since I have a lot of pesky squirrels, I picked up these things. I don't know exactly what that thing is, but I thought it would make a wonderful pot cover. I'm going to put that and put a stone right there to keep the squirrels from digging in it. Let's see. This is where I picked them up at the thrift store, $3.99, and I have 4 of them. And I got some different sizes too. But we're putting guards on them this year. So let me get over here and I'll do the daffodil. Okay, we've got 12 daffodils. And we're going to do the same thing. These, oh, this says Sempre Avanti. So let's hope it's the same thing as mid to late spring. I would love to have them all blooming together. Okay, let me see. Pointy end, root end. Let's just bury them in here like that. That looks pretty good. I hope you can see okay. Okay, that ends up being about the dozen. And I like the way that looks. Now let's put soil on that one. Extra soil. Oh, I'm going to have the garage floor clean up. All right, now that's good. And I want to put this name. Oh, sorry, that's the crocus. This weird name on that so that I remember which is which. I'll put them a regular name tag after a while. There. Now, that's done. Now we've got this one. Martinette. Oh, they're trying to sprout. It's these 50-degree days and 60-degree days in here. That's getting them to thinking it's spring in this garage. Okay. Hopefully that won't do any damage once we get them covered up. The most damage I think I'd need to worry about is my squirrels, because those pesky squirrels are digging up everything. They're digging in my tufa troughs and digging in even the blueberry tree that I've got out there. They're trying to dig in it. Not even trying, they are digging in it. Okay, it's at the bottom. He needs to be straightened up. There. Look at those. They think it's spring already. But they just have to go back to sleep, hopefully. Now let me pour more soil. Okay. Thank God I got the soil in the garage. I don't have to carry it too far. Supposedly you can rip these open easily, but that never seems to work for me. Okay, let me squish that down. There we go. Get them in there nice and firm. And then I'm going to firm them in again. Now, that one, where did it go? Right here, the Martinette. sign down here in the corner. Okay, and he has a lid also. Let me cut that little tag off. One for each. And then I will take those outside and put them on the back patio with a stone sitting on top of that so the squirrels can't get them. So let me take care of that. All right. Okay, they are ready. They just need the weight on them. So I will go ahead and get that. And then the crocus, I'm not sure. Let me just go get a heavy rock for each of them. Okay, that's a pretty decent one. And that one too. We'll see how these fare, and I'll know whether or not I need another one. Okay, now the crocus, I could put it over here. Where the mizu has died for the winter. The mizu is not something that lives through an Ohio winter. So I could put probably 24 crocuses, croci, crococleus. I could probably put them in that tufa. Let me see. I think I'll get a spade and let's try that. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and dig her up. She did real well blooming this year in Ohio, but she will not survive the winter, and I'm not taking her in. So we are just going to make her a crocus pot. Let me see. The crocus should be down several inches. So let me get it's cold out here. Dig this down. This is nice, well-draining soil. And I can always add some extra. Wonder if any of the mizu might volunteer to come back. Who knows? But anyway, I've got that pretty far down. If I press them down into the soil, should I save any to try to force? I've got some little forcing bulb vases in there, but they are so tiny. I don't know that they could hold that small of a bulb. Okay, that's only 24 for that amount of room, so not too bad. Let me just kind of space them out. And look, they're already trying to send little points up. This should look really good. I'm pretty thrilled with finding these. That one's got a tip growing from the top and a tip growing from the side. Okay, there we go. Bulb down, hairy down. That one down, that one down, that one down, down. Not sure about him. He feels a little bit weird. But you've got enough of his brothers and sisters. Ooh, that one feels empty too, look. But we'll just squish him in there. Okay. Now, that looks pretty good. I don't think that's too crowded at all. So now let me just cover them back up with soil. Okay. And I'm going to add a little fresh. I brought the soil out here too, and I'll add a little fresh onto it. That way it might give it a little bit of dose of fertilizer. Don't want to get it too full. I still have to have my squirrel guard. Okay, this hypertufa bowl is pretty old. Okay, and squirrel guard. Here we go. I'll put that on there. And let's see, have I got it empty down here? Let's see. How about this rock? Now if we don't have rain in the next few days for these 4 pots, I will take them and water them. That one is moist. The others were just moist from the bag of soil. But let me put these things up. Okay, the only thing left is to put my soil back into the garage. And then I will have to clean up that mess in the garage floor. I feel pretty good. Got my bulbs planted. They will be in the outside elements. Okay, well, thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the next video, and we'll see about this in the spring.